Get ready with me while I tell you how my bio dad told my siblings that I hate them and never wanted to see them again. Yeah, this is gonna be a long one. Okay, so basically this kind of all started after I had to block him after this big heated argument me and him had that was really not needed. Also, if you want to know what face mask I'm using, it is this one. It's a deep cleansing mud mask. I cannot pronounce the name, so don't judge me. Okay, so before I wash this shit off my face, let's give you a little bit of background. He had just came into my life after 17 years of being absent. Yes, father of the fucking year. Was in jail for some of it. Some of it was out doing drugs and partying. You know, typical. I had just met him at the very beginning of this year with my two siblings, who are 9 and 2. My littlest brother was 1 at the time, and he just turned 2 in October. I met him at the park. It all went good. Everything seemed to be great. But, you know, shit. He's blocked, so that didn't last long. In the days leading up to the argument, he, would plan to call and wouldn't call. And he wasn't paying child support. So that was really strange, especially when he was saying that the reason he wasn't making the calls was because he was so busy with work. Real quick, I'm gonna go wash this off, be right back. Shit's off my face. I'm gonna put on this AHA and BHA peeling solution. It's really good for your skin. I love it so much. That's what the bottle looks like. Okay, anyway, back to the story. So, anyway, he was claiming that he was working so much, which is why he wasn't making the phone calls, and which is why we had these Thursday dinners we had done twice, and we were supposed to keep doing those. And I was sick for the last one, but we couldn't do the next Thursday dinner because he had started a new job and was working a lot. So I'm like, oh, okay, so child support should have been paid 2 payments ago. But I wasn't gonna say anything about it until one night he texts me and he's like, hey, I miss you, I want to call. I'll call you at 8:30. I'm like, you know what? Okay, whatever. He can, let's call. So I wasn't feeling good this whole week. I had a fever at 108 that week, and I was really sick. So I had got up, took a shower, took medicine. I was like, okay, I have to feel better for this call. I'm gonna see my little brother on this call. It'll be fine, you know? And 8:30 comes around, no call. 9:30, no call. And then I get text at 9:45. Hey, hon, sorry, my phone is being stupid. It's not working. I said, it's okay. Do you still want to call? Nothing. He reads it, but nothing. Not a text, not a response, not a nothing. Just nothing. For 2 days. It's on red. Just 2 whole days. Just on red. Okay, whatever, dude. Then randomly, after these 2 days go by, it's a Sunday, I'm pretty sure, I get a text, and it's, hey, honey, can we please, see you soon? We really miss you. Your siblings really want to see you. And I'm confused, because I'm just what? Yeah, of course I want to see my siblings, but you just had me undelivered, so, anyway, I was just confused, and I texted him back, and I said, yeah, I miss you too. I miss them as well. But, you didn't even call me and left me all red, so I don't know how you want to plan a day to hang out whenever you can't even make a call. Because I'm a junior in high school. I'm very busy. I have tests I study for, study groups, work, just, the max. All the extracurriculars. I literally, I have to do lesson plans for my course. He's well informed that, we have to plan these days, in advance. And I asked him, I said, well, you hadn't made a phone call to me. You left me all red, so why are you, what's going on here? Because I just can't hang out with you right now at 6 o'clock at night. And that made him mad. He went on and said, well, I've been working a lot, honey. And I just said to him, well, your child support payments haven't been showing it. Because the last time he made a payment was a month before my little brother's birthday, and he made that himself because it was 61 even. And when whenever it comes out of your paycheck, it usually has some sense with it, and I did my research on that. So he tries to play me like I'm dumb, but try again, bud. Anyway, to kind of get us back on track, I asked him about the child support. I asked him why I haven't been payments, and I asked him why the calls have been inconsistent and why he only wants to hang out at random times at that moment, knowing that I can't just drop everything and do that. His response to that was that I need to grow up, because obviously I didn't know how adult things worked. Okay. I tried to talk to him again and was like, well, I do know how this stuff works, and I do know that the child support is something that you owe for not showing up in your child's life and leaving for 17 years. And he said to me, well, don't worry, honey. Whenever I get the money, I'll be sure to get you something nice. What? Look like a fucking tomato. Anyway, though, after the whole I'm gonna get you a gift, don't worry thing, I sent him a message saying that I don't want a gift, I don't want his money, I just want what was supposed to be paid. That's just what I wanted done. And that's when he sends me this huge paragraph about how I'm not an adult, I need to grow up, and whenever I decide that I'm going to grow up, that's when he'll have a conversation with me like this. And then tried to, like, bash my mom and make up all these manipulated lies that the court contradicts. So, okay. I tell him that there's no way that could have happened because the court and all of it was like, logged, and pictures was taken of her face and how badly he would beat her and everything. And I had seen it. I had seen all the papers and everything, so I know. And then he told me that the court doesn't determine what's true and what's not true. And I said, but you admitted in multiple letters, which there will be a longer video on my YouTube channel that I have with the letters and the messages and everything, police documents that back up my story here. But he admitted to letters about how he did beat her and he apologized to it all. So, like, this motherfucker just can't keep his story straight, obviously. Like, the main point before I wash this off, after the big argument happened, he just continued to repeat over and over again about how I need to grow up. I continued to repeat about how I understood how this kind of stuff works and that him talking to me like this isn't going to get anywhere with me. He then told me that I was the one talking crazy, even though he was the one that brought up everything from the past with my mom and him. So when I tried to correct it, he said, honey, that was in the past. Why do you do this? Basically trying to, like, manipulate me and make me feel like I was the problem. And at the end of the night, when I ended up just blocking him because I was just so stressed out and overworked from it, I realized that my siblings wasn't allowed to talk to me no more or communicate with me at all. Stuff's off my face, and I already put primer on. I'm going to do my makeup. So, anyway, back to the story, though. So, my siblings wasn't allowed to talk to me no more, and I was like, what the hell? Until my one sister, who does not live with my bio dad, was talking to me and was like, Dad said that you told him that you never wanted to see us kids again or talk to us and that you hated us. And I was like, what? Okay. And I told her multiple times, I was like, no, I never would say that. Ever. That's not something I would say. I literally have all of the messages. Just, like, confused on why he would tell some little kid, like a little 9-year-old girl, that her sister said, oh, I hate you and don't want to be around you. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, what father does that? What father lies about that? But anyway, after the call where my little sister tells me what he had said, she calls me again the next day at his house for Thanksgiving, which is Thanksgiving days. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. But, she calls me with my stepsister from his side and my little cousin. And my stepsister from his side, that is also 9, confirms it as well. She says it herself. I don't even bring it up. She goes, did you really tell Dad that you hated us and didn't want to be around us? Anyway, yeah, so that's how I found out he was saying that shit about me to them. And it was just a horrible situation, but yeah, my bio dad's a piece of fucking shit, and I hate him. If you want to see the full video, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Bye!